Hello, my little sunshines. How are you? It's nighttime and I have time to do a video, so I'm gonna do one. I wanted to speak life into you guys really quick. I wanted to speak life into you. A lot of you guys are going through things and it's not working, and I'm gonna tell you why in a minute. But I'm gonna give you a story. It's gonna seem like I'm rambling per usual, but just listen. Come on, it's 9 o'clock. You about to be up for the next 45 minutes, hour before you go to bed. Just listen to me for a second and let that shit marinate in your spirit before you dream. But anyways, look. So, I got pregnant at 19. And at the time I was on track scholarship at the school I was going to, and when I found out I was pregnant, I decided to leave the school. And this was a time of disarray for me. I didn't know what I wanted to do, who I was, where I wanted to go. Nothing. And I decided that I wanted to pursue nursing because a friend of mine was pursuing nursing. And I figured, hey, nursing is nice and stable. I'm just going to do it because they get the bag. Blah, blah, blah. I'm used to helping people. Why not? So I started looking around for nursing schools. At the time I had, so I did get pregnant and I had just, had Tyler, and I was in a weird space. I was working as an STNA. I was at Tri-C getting prereqs for a major that was not established and that I did not have. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go into nursing school. Tri-C's waiting list was off the charts. It was like a year. And at the time I was just looking to be in something. So I applied for this school called ATI. Now, if you from Cleveland, you know what the fuck ATI is. That, I'm sorry, if you went to ATI, you got your degree or your diploma or whatever fuck you did from it, cool, God bless you. But that's the trap. That's the trap of nursing schools. It is what it is. I went to ATI and I was studying for the entrance exam. They used to have an entrance exam where you couldn't even get into the program unless you passed. And I took the test one time and failed it by 2 points. And I cried and I said, okay, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm going to go back. I'm going to study 10 times harder and I'm going to do it again. I went in, took the test again, failed by 1 point. And at this time, like I said, I'm working as an STNA. The father of my child is footing most of the bills. I'm a young mom and I don't know what the fuck is going on in my life. I'm feeling like a loser. All my friends are in 4-year colleges. I feel like I'm behind. So I'm crying like, damn, God, what's going on? I fucked up. I got pregnant in college. I was supposed to be the one to go to the Olympics, blah, 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 blah. And now I'm just like working as an STNA. What am I doing? So, at the time I was working as an STNA at a very nice nursing home, one of the nicer nursing homes. And I asked for a letter of recommendation from a couple of my peers. And they wrote them for me. And I applied to Ursuline. And I applied to Ursuline. I didn't need an entrance exam. I turned in my letters of recommendation, had an interview with one of the representatives for Ursuline, and they accepted me on the spot. Beautiful. 4 years down the line, I get my nursing degree. Ursuline looks great on the resume. It does. I mean, Cleveland Clinic looks good on the resume. Ursuline looks good on the resume. It's certain things that ring bells around here in Cleveland. It is what it is. My first year as a baby nurse, I'm working and I hear from one of my friends that they're having issues at ATI, the school that I applied to and couldn't get into. Now, ATI was an LPN school. I ended up going into Ursuline. This is no shade to nobody. It is what it is. Ended up going to Ursuline. It's a 4-year bachelor's degree. So technically, it's a 1-up. Though it's more expensive. Like, yeah, they taking people's financial aid. They not giving the Pell Grant out. They lost their accreditation. The students is mad. And at that moment, I stopped what I was doing because I was passing meds. And I stopped and I praised God for a second. Like in the middle of the hallway, I bowed my head and put my hands up and praised him. I remember crying about that school and asking God why he would not let me get into that school. Why, Lord? Why? I'm working so hard. I'm trying so hard. Why are you forsaking me? Why are you keeping me from leveling up? If God had let me go into that school, one, I wouldn't have my 4-year degree. I would have my certificate. Two, God knows what would have happened in relation to my financial aid. Three, a lot of people were not board certified because they got their schooling through that company because it wasn't they lost their certification, so they weren't even able to sit for the NCLEX. Imagine going to school for nursing and not being able to take your boards. See, getting your degree in nursing ain't shit. You have to take your boards. So if you spend all that money to get the knowledge to be a nurse and you can't even sit down and take the test that certifies you to become a nurse, that's bullshit. That happened to a lot of people. So the moral of the story is, some of you guys, and this is me too, I'm talking to myself, are going through things. You're really pushing for something to work and it's just not clicking. It's not working. You're adjusting yourself, your environment, your friends, your family, your location is not clicking. And you feel discouraged. You feel like, is it me? Am I fucking up? No. Be still. Pay attention. You know, I needed that failure to understand future failures or shortcomings. If something's not working, it's because God doesn't want it to work. Period. We've all been in relationships where you do the best you can and you feel like you're striving to be your better version of yourself, and that person just ain't acting right, or you feel like you ain't that motherfucker when you with them. You feel like you ain't shit when you with them. We all been in jobs where you going the extra mile, you staying later, you working harder than everybody else, but you ain't getting promoted. We all been in situations where you're an entrepreneur and you do this new endeavor and this new endeavor and this new endeavor, and you see everybody flourishing but you. And you think to yourself, is it me? No. Energy and environment and people matter. If you're not in the right environment, God won't make it work. If you're not around the right people, God won't make it work. If you're not ready mentally or spiritually or emotionally, God won't make it work. You have to be in the right place at the right time. See, everything aligns is exactly how it's supposed to. I have to tell myself this every day. Like, I'm having a moment of transparency. Like, one of my classes isn't working right now. It's just not working right now. So now I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, do I bite the bullet and keep it going and spend the money to keep it going? The money that I don't have, transparency. Or do I say, hey, God is talking to me. It's not working for a reason. And I already kind of know why it's not working. But it's not working for a reason. What do? Just stop and assess the situation. Do you need to be in this situation? What's the worst thing that can happen to you if you remove yourself? I'm telling you. And I have to say this to myself. God sees everything. He's omnipotent. He sees the whole picture. See, we're human. We only see in 2D what's in front of us. So that ain't shit. So I know you having a hard time. I know you feel like you working against the wind. I know you taking 2 steps forward and being pushed 10 steps back. I feel you. I be there all the time. But I'm here to speak life into you. I'm here to tell you that maybe that shit ain't for you, or you just need to tweak something. Or maybe just be still, don't do nothing at all. But when I say that God is always working in your favor, He is. I know this is a long message, but I love you guys. And I know if I'm going through things, people are going through things with me. You know, Mary J. Blige say, don't you know, I know we are all struggling. And we are all struggling in something. And I want to let you know that you're not alone. Stay encouraged. I love you.